Hello there guys, and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines offline mode with me, Siege. So for today, we are going to revisit the rural district that we've done last episode to put in some small details that will further flesh out the area. Not only that, but we are also going to construct a new area that will house some important facilities in the city. I am excited for this episode because this is going to be the last of those pre-recorded clips which I shot back in January. Yes, back in January, where my display settings was still at 720p. So, in the next episode, we're finally getting higher quality shots throughout the video, giving us all a much better view of the build and the city. That's why I am really pumped up to deliver this to you guys. Anyways, focusing back on the clips right now, I still wanted to put in some small details and not just leave some of the larger fields out here a wide open vacant field. So I decided to put in some dirt walkways and assets like those in the playground, some benches and lights too, to give further detail and life to the district. I imagine that a lot of residents out here in this district would like to have their own large space or park aside from those that you usually see within the city proper. So here it is, and let's jump into some shots of the area. And so this is how the neighborhood's open spaces looks after that build. As you can see, there really is a very minimal assets placed around this and that the nature remains and is incorporated into it, which really fits the laid-back feel of this district. But anyways, this is just the start, and so let's proceed into the next of our designs. Alright, so in this part of the video, we're going to start the building of another underground passageway which will connect the first residential district with the agri-forestry district as well as a rail section similar to the one you saw last episode. One of the more tricky parts in this build is the highway section near the border of the city, which cannot be bulldozed for the meantime. That means that the terraforming around the area gets a little bit more complicated than usual. Although actually the plan is to also expand toward the area so that we can further extend the city's agriculture district as well as represent the transition from urban to the rural landscape of the city. Anyways, during this time, I was already noticing an uptick in the traffic to the entrance of the first housing district, which alarmed me because the thing is, the roads are small, so its capacity is not that high, and I really didn't want to upgrade the roads to 4 lanes within the district because that will just destroy all the planning there. So, that brings us here, where we're adding a new, shorter way of travel between the two districts. I also decided to have it as a road with a bike lane so that industrial workers can also travel between the districts by cycling. Another reason why I decided to build this road is because I am also planning on making the communities look and feel like it's been connected long before the highways. Now, I admit and I think that this concept is still far from being realized out here, and I'm still trying to imagine and conceptualize better ways on how to show this. But it is really a hard one. I might look for other references, but yeah, let's look forward to this possible development in our future episodes. Side note though, since there is no traffic manager mod out here, I decided to put in a small district within this street that has its policy set to Old Town, meaning that no trucks can pass through it, as I really don't want that small street to have that pile up of traffic due to trucks passing through it. And yeah, looking back to this build, I noticed that the traffic got alleviated and these two districts just felt a little more closer to each other. That's what we want for our communities to be, after all. And the design that we will put in here is pretty much similar to what we saw in the other underground passages with rocks and a bit of foliage. Don't be bothered by that flying train though, they'll go back safe, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And see you later for some of our shots in this area. So here's the completed underground passage, and as far as it goes, I really like how it ended up looking. And it's really nice to see that it is not only pleasing to the eye but also effective in reducing the traffic as well as adding more options to the citizens who want to traverse these districts. And with this completed, let's proceed into the next one. Okay, so we're finally at the last build part of this video. What do you mean by last build part, you may ask? Well, I haven't mentioned in the intro, but you may have seen this in the title that we're going to have a tour of the city that we have built for the past few months. And yeah, I'd like to take a peek first before we move on with the series, so come and join me in the tour after this section. But focusing back first on the clip, we're utilizing this small space by the highway to build our solar power plant and the road maintenance depot too, which is going to be a really important part of the city's facilities. The reason why I decided to place it in this area is because I won't buy the tile adjacent to it, since there are other better areas where I plan to buy one. And of course, we have to plan since the total is only limited to 9. Remember, we don't have the mods that unlocks us to get 25 or even 81. So since there are no expansion paths anymore and the area is locked, I decided to go forward and finally build this utilities area. And with that out of the way, let's finally move into our short recap. So as you can see, it's really small and there isn't that much detail or something different, but this kind of development does give great effect to our city, so I still showed it. But anyway, let's go into the tour. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the series, and I hope that you are enjoying the different style that we had for the past 2 episodes. But anyways, if you like this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribe for more upcoming content.